Hey y'all, welcome back. I am Stephanie with So Glover Creations over on Instagram and here on YouTube. If you are joining me again, thank you for coming back. If you're new here, welcome. I am going to do a little bit of whips, one finish, and some haul. I also finished my secret stitches that I was working on for December and a little bit into January. 2 of the 3 secret stitches have been received and one of them still hasn't, so I'm gonna save that for my next video. Hopefully I will get to have her with me in the next one. It's for my friend Leah, my best friend. She's like 3 hours away from me now, so we try to hang out about once a month, and hopefully next Saturday, we're gonna go down to a needlework store, and then maybe even film another Flosstube. Oh, let me go let my dog in. Come here, Mav. Say hi. This is Maverick. Say hi, Mavy. Hi. You say hi? Oh, goodness. Let me close the door. Otherwise, you'll hear laundry all day. It's just going. Anyway, so she's going to come down and we're going to go to a needlework store, and then hopefully we'll be able to record another like Flosstube. I don't know how much I'm going to have to show you between now and then, but we'll see, and you'll get to meet my best friend and see all of the secret stitches that I've done. So I'm actually going to start with the Know Your Needlework. I've got it on my phone. So I'm going to start with that. Know Your Needleworker Tag. I can't talk. So the first question is, where do you live? I live in Palm Bay, Florida, in the US. What do you do for a living? I am a stay-at-home mom, so I don't make a living, but I get to save us a lot of money, so that's cool. I really do like being a stay-at-home mom, but sometimes it can be a little, well, it can be a little lonely, for one, and it is very tiring for another, and you don't really get the recognition or appreciation that you would if you're actually working a job. So, do you have any children? Yes, I have one. He is 2, almost 2.5. And just the one for now. We've been trying, but, you know, infertility, and miscarriages happens to lots of us, so we are waiting for another chance, so we'll see. Do you have any pets? I have 2, Maverick, who you just saw, and Cooper. They are often wearing sweaters in the winter. I mean, it doesn't get very cold here, obviously, in Florida, but like today it's cold for us. So they wear their little sweaters. What are your other hobbies besides stitching? So, crafting of all sorts. Hold on, let me turn down this dinging. Okay, now I've got the dinging stopped. I have my iPad set up like next to my computer because my computer doesn't do good quality camera videos, so I'm trying out my iPad so that I can still use my phone because everything's pretty much on my phone. So I'm trying my iPad, but it's on my computer, like resting on my computer because I don't have a stand for it. So my computer was dinging and I had to turn that off. Anyways, now I don't remember where I was at. Oh, yeah, duh. So, what are your other hobbies? So, I like to sew. I have all sorts of different sewing stuff up here. Quilting is my main other hobby, I guess. And then I've dabbled in crochet, which I am not good at. My stitches are always very tight. So that does not bring me joy. I don't do that very often. What other hobbies? Collecting crafts. That's pretty much a hobby. I like to do like sign making, like painting and Cricut kind of stuff, but I don't really do that very often either. So that's really it besides stitching. My favorite movie. How can you pick just one? I'm just gonna go with the entire Lord of the Rings series. It's all just one really long movie, right? The Hobbit included. So we're just gonna go with that. My favorite TV show. I'm gonna have to say Star Trek Next Generation, because that's the only one I feel like I've really watched a lot. But even though, I guess I'm really bad. So I can watch an entire show multiple times and still forget like most of it. So when I watch it again, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that happened. Or, oh, I forgot that happened. So while it might be my favorite TV show, I'm not going to be able to quote everything or reference everything. My brain just does not do that. I wish I could be like, oh, do you remember that episode, like season 4, episode 3? Yeah, no. It doesn't work that way. Not for me. I wish I could be like Sheldon. That would be really cool. Anyways, what is your favorite book? Who reads? I'm just kidding. A lot of people read. I don't know what my favorite book is because it's been so long since I've picked one up. Probably the Harry Potter series. I don't know. I like to listen to audiobooks, but I haven't picked up a book in a while, mostly because I would rather be stitching than reading. So, favorite music. This changes a lot. So I go through kind of like seasons, I guess. Like a couple months I'm obsessed with musicals. And then a couple months I'm obsessed with, I don't know, like Panic at the Disco. I think I've had my Panic at the Disco Pandora station on like for, I don't know, past few months, 4, 5 months. And that brings up pretty much everything that I used to listen to in high school. So, Paramore, AFI, I don't know, all of them, like everything. And what one word best describes you? That's a great question. I have no idea. Tired. I guess tired. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. Maybe spacey, but mostly tired. Okay, so I think I might try to come up with some questions that are more geared to like cross-stitching or needleworking in like specifics, like how long have you been stitching, or like what's your favorite needle minder? I don't know, something like that. Come up with a more cross-stitch related set of questions, and then maybe I'll share it with everyone and y'all can tag me so I can know all your answers. Okay, so first we will start with my finish. So I did this. It's I See Thread People. This is by Basic Stitchcraft, Basic Stitchcrafts on Instagram, and she used to list all of her patterns, I think on Etsy, and has recently decided to just put them on a Dropbox, so anyone can just download her patterns to stitch. She said that she liked just being able to share her designs with people, and she does have a, I think it's Ko-fi, I don't remember what it's called, but you can donate and download some patterns. So I'm going to finish this probably in a hoop. It does glow in the dark. I'll include a picture here. All of the colored thread, the like red, purple, blue, yellow, green, and orange are sulky, and then the white is DMC, and I'm going to include this in my next comparison video whenever I make that. Which kind of leads me into this one. I want to kind of draw up a template so that I can do like a little box of each, and then I can hang this on my wall so I know like this is 16 count and I want to do 3 threads or 2 threads or 1 or whatever the case may be, and I'll do DMC, sulky, and then Kranic glow in the dark threads and have it all kind of organized on a hoop. So that's the plan, and then I'll video that all. I'm gonna try to include some video of like it actually stitching with and without thread gloss, and all of the different thread counts or strand counts on that. So that's that. And then I have, I guess I'll do my whips next. So this is Galaxy Rose. I am at, what is this, 29% stitching on this. I started off doing 2 strands, 2 over 2 on 28 count. This is 28 count even weave, which there's been a lot of debate as to whether or not it's actually even weave, because there's quite a bit of like, I don't know if I can see to show you. I stitched over the big slub that was right here, but there's just, it's not very even. You can see like there's some thicker weave, and then there's like some really thin weave. So anyways, I bought this. It's even weave. This is the first time I've ever stitched on even weave or a higher count than, what is it, 18. So I didn't really know what I was getting into. Didn't know what to expect, but it's not like, it's just not even. And I don't know if that, I didn't know if that was normal or not. So I asked, and apparently it's not. But this even weave is splatter painted, so you can see like there's little splotches, and that's all glow in the dark. So this also glows in the dark, and I will include a picture here of it glowing. So anyways, I contacted 123 Stitch and was like, hey, is this actually even weave, or did I accidentally receive a piece of linen? And they said, no, that's even weave, which is all fine and dandy, but I just purchased their linen. and it looks just like this. I just received it in the mail, so I'm just now seeing it, but you tell me, do they look the same? I don't know. It looks the same to me. So if this is even weave, then I guess it's even weave. I don't know. They look the same. So I might be returning this one. I think actually this one looks like it might be more even in the weaving than they claim the even weave to be. I don't know. I'll post pictures on Instagram too, so we can see like side by side what they look like. I don't enjoy stitching on a 28 count. It's not my favorite. I think mostly because I'm not a fan of 14 count Aida, so I think that's really the only issue that I have with like the linen even weave deal, is just that I don't really like how big the stitches are. So I really want to get a 32 count and try that and see what I like. Like if I like the 32 count even weave or linen or whatever the bigger ones are. I am awful, I guess. So the other whip that I have is this one. This is my engagement photo. We got engaged in Yosemite, right in front of Yosemite Falls, and down the ways a little bit from their like church. They have a little church on in the national park. So this is that. It is 2.46% complete. There's 120,000 stitches. So it's not as big as my Realm with Middle Earth cross stitch, but I'm doing this on an 18 count easy count fabric, and I really like this. So it's been a lot of fun to stitch it. It's very relaxing. Whereas with the 28 count, I'm just not a fan. So that's that one. Oh, let me put this back. Okay, and then here is Realm of Middle Earth. This thing. I've started, restarted, started again. It's just been, so okay, so I started it and I was doing the lines, like the actual gridding. I was doing it like the top gray line, the gray line was my top, and I started it like, it was just confusing. I'm honestly confusing myself right now trying to tell you what I was doing. So now I'm doing the bottom is my 10th stitch and the right is my 10th stitch. So it's a little bit easier for my brain to like realize what I'm doing. And then I was doing 1/1 full cross, and it was just taking forever and I wasn't really liking the coverage. So I was like, okay, well maybe I'll try a 10th stitch. So I ripped out all of those and I restarted. And then I did the 10th stitches and I like it. I still don't know like how great of coverage it will be, mostly because I'm doing cross country. I'm not really, I don't know, versed, I guess, in parking method. So it kind of just confuses the shit out of me. And I can't wrap my mind around why parking. I like how it looks, but just all the dangly threads makes me feel like anxious. So I'm doing cross country one at a time, one color at a time. I'm probably gonna do like cross country light, where, well, I call it cross country light. I don't know if anybody else does. Where I'll stitch like one color until I get bored, and then I will stitch a different color and do more like filling in. I'm not gonna do this whole thing in just this one color. So right now I have 0.02%. There's 789,750 stitches, and that's 0.02%. So it's gonna be a long while working on that. The other project that I kitted up, ready to go, is the Flip It by Lizzie Kate. So it's all ready. I just have to like actually start it. And I just have January in there, ready to go. Okay, so those are my whips. I have the, ooh, let me show you. I have the floss for the twisted band sampler. I have it ready to go, but I purchased my fabric from Traditional Stitches back in December, and I've just been waiting for it to come to kind of decide if I want to do 18 count Aida, or if I want to go with a 32 count linen or even weave or something. So I bought this. It is a black opalescent Aida, and I'm still debating. So basically it depends on my fabric. If I can find a fabric that I like in 32 count, then I might do the specialty stitch. I bought all of the versions. I might do a specialty stitch if I like a higher count. That's what I'm gonna wait until we go to the needlework store when my friend comes, and I'll decide then. So, specialty stitch, band sampler, possibly. If not, then I'll do the regular cross stitch, and I'll do it on this fabric because I really wanted the black opalescent, and I couldn't find it anywhere except for Traditional Stitches in Canada. So I've been waiting for it to come, and I don't know. I just want to wait and see what I find at the craft store, needlework store. So that's what I'm waiting on for my twisted band sampler, which we are hashtagging. By we, I mean me and maybe a few others. Sal of the Twisted BS. So if you are doing it, if you're working on the band sampler or the rainbow sampler, then you should join us and hashtag it so I can see your progress. Okay, I don't know if I ever shared this. Daydream Stitcher, Mary, she did a giveaway, and I won. So I won this cute little Little House Needleworks gingerbread trio, and I've got my fabric in there. So I'm gonna stitch it on black, but I have to get. I don't have any classic colorworks thread yet, so I am going to probably purchase those when we go down to the needlework store, and then I'll have that all kitted up and ready to go. The other thing that I have is my grandma gave me a whole bunch of Aida, and it was kind of yellowing. She is a smoker. She smoked in her home for a pretty long time. She's just recently stopped. It's been like 5 or 6 years since she's smoked in her home, I think. My dad lives over there with her, so he kind of was like, you need to stop smoking in the house. So anyways, She gave me a bunch of Ada, and it was all yellowing from just being in the nicotine. So I went ahead and dyed it. I did a coffee and tea dye, and then I cut it up to make my flippets. And then I also have like a couple left. So you can see, like, these were at the bottom of the pan when I was dyeing them, and this was at the top. So they kind of came out like this one's a lot darker and this one's a bit brighter, lighter color. But I really like how they turned out. So that was a lot of fun. If you've never coffee, tea, dyed anything, you should definitely try it. I think I did... Stitching with the Housewives, I think is what is the tutorial that I followed. And I took pictures and posted them to a highlight bubble on my Instagram that said like what exactly I was doing. So that's that. Well, we'll kind of talk about haul. I talked a little bit about my haul already. I did the black opalescent Ada. The other haul that I have, I bought these from 123 Stitch. They're the Turkish hoops. They're the faux wood, so it's like bendy. Oops, sorry. I've always really liked the look of these. So I bought two. I bought this circle and then this oval, and I'm gonna put the Galaxy Rose in this hoop. So that's how it's gonna fit. That's how I'm gonna finish that one whenever I finish it. And then I bought this from 141 Design Company on Etsy. Chantel. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I'm going to put Bats and Booze. Booze and Bats? Bats and Booze? What? One of the two. I'm going to put it on here. And then I'm going to paint my ghost in glow in the dark. And my house is probably going to be in black. And then the bats, I may do them in purple glow in the dark. I'm not sure. And I may also outline the house with like glow in the dark puff paint so that you still see kind of like the outline of the house. I'm not sure yet, but I want it to definitely glow in the dark because Bats and Booze glows in the dark, and I'll put a picture up here as this is what it looks like glowing, I guess. So that's my haul. I did get a couple other pieces of Ada, but they're like all the way over there, and I don't really feel like walking over there. So, update. The last time I made a video, I don't remember. Did I tell you that the dryer got fixed? I don't remember. Oh, hold on. Before I do life update, I made a project bag. Here's my project bag. Whee! And I added a little handle. I'm going to put my rainbow sampler in here, or at least like all the stuff for it. It's in the other bag, but I'm going to put it in here. And then I also made this clutch. So this is the Starlight Stitching Company clutch. She sells the pattern, and she also sells or makes the actual clutches so you can purchase. It snaps open, and you have like your thread catch. So have thread in here for my engagement photo, and then a little needle holder. And then it also has this pocket with the vinyl, and then it also has like another back little pocket in there as well. So you can see, I don't have anything in there, but yeah, it was pretty easy to make. I had to fudge this, so this top band calls for like a 3-inch piece of fabric, and I had a 2.5-inch jelly roll that I was working with for my like black accents. So I kind of had to fudge it, and doesn't go all the way around, like, or no, not all the way around. It doesn't, I don't know, it sits higher. I had less seam allowance for the top because of how I was missing a 1/2 inch. So, but other than that, it was pretty easy. Okay, so life update. So I don't know if you know, I share a bit on Instagram. I struggle a lot with insecurities and doubt, depression, and anxiety. So I take medication for them, but I'm still working on like dosages and all that stuff. So things can get pretty stressful in my mind. I struggle a lot with like imposter syndrome and just everything, I guess. And my insecurities will get the best of me sometimes. So lately I've kind of been just trying to like call it out and bring it to light. So I've been talking about it a little bit more. I feel like it helps me personally when I can kind of bring it up and talk about it, because then I'm not feeling like I have to hide who I am or what I'm struggling with, and then maybe someone else out there feels like they can talk to me so that they don't feel alone. But I definitely do struggle with all of it. I feel alone more often than not, and I have a toddler who's with me like all the time. So I think part of that is like being an introvert and having my husband and a toddler like 24/7. I don't really get a break. So like that kind of weighs down on me, and I don't get enough time to like just be by myself and like recuperate. So anyways, I was talking to Michelle, the Giddy Stitcher, about everything, and I was like, maybe I should just talk about it on my next Flosstube. And if people want to reach out and talk about like what they struggle with, then maybe there will be more like a little more understanding, a little more like compassion in the world. I don't know. If we talk about the things that we struggle with, I feel like it gives us room to grow, I guess. So here I am talking about the things that I struggle with. I want to make sure that we don't just see the pretty pictures and the good times all the time, you know? Life is more than just like positivity all the time. It's okay to talk about the things that you're struggling with. And if you ever feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, I'm always here. If I see someone is struggling, or if I like feel like it's been placed on my heart to reach out to someone, then I like to do that. Sometimes I feel like it might be a little weird, but I do it anyways, because I mean, what is life if you're not uncomfortable a little bit? But I just want you guys to know that if you ever feel alone, like, you can always reach out to me. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm pretty much always on my phone, which is not necessarily a good thing, but I just don't want anyone to feel like they're going through life alone, because you're not. I'm not. I know that I'm not. Like, mentally, I know that I'm not alone. But also mentally, it feels like it sometimes. So, if you feel like you're alone, you're not. And I'm here if you ever want to talk. Other than that, we struggled with a 24-hour stomach bug in our house this last week. First, my son got it. And at first I was like, what the heck is happening? He threw up on me out of nowhere. Like, no fever, no nothing. Just, and I was like, what's happening? So he was sitting with me, he was fine, and then all of a sudden he started crying again and was like, tummy, and again, threw up on me. So after that, I was like, okay, if he starts crying and saying tummy, like, I need to be prepared. So the third time, I was almost prepared. And that time, it just went, like, all over the house. So I was like, shoot. I'm probably going to end up getting this because it's like all over me. And then by the 4th, 5th, and 6th time that he threw up, I caught it like in a trash can. So we were good. But then the next day, everyone was fine. He was fine. He was back to normal. I mean, he was still having like upset tummy, like, okay, so we cloth diaper. So I have to spray off all of his diapers. And those diapers were nasty. They were so gross. So the second day, we were spraying off diapers, very gross. And then the third day, I got it. So he ended up getting, I think he ended up getting sick one more time. And I went into his room and I cleaned him up. He was in his crib and I cleaned him up, changed sheets, all that. And I was like, I walked back to where my stitching was and I was like, oh my God, I don't feel good. I think I need to just put away my stitching and go lay down. So I did. And then all night long, I was up getting sick. It was literally like every hour I was up sick. And thankfully, I know my signs. I was able to contain it. The next day, I woke up and again, he had a very nasty diaper. So I was changing it and I was like, I can't do this. I need to call my husband. He needs to come home. I can't. Because he had just left for work. He was like, do you think you're going to make it? And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'm okay. Very tired, but like my stomach wasn't feeling bad by the morning. Everything was gone. So this is a very graphic story. I'm so sorry, y'all. Maybe I shouldn't tell you guys this. Oh, well, I'm in the middle of it anyway. Sorry. You can skip to, I'll tell you the time that it's over. So anyways, I was changing his diaper and I was like, I can't. I'm gonna get sick again. So I called him and I was like, can you please come home? I can't do this. I was a mess. I was crying. And he came home. He came back. Called into work and was like, my wife and kid are sick. I need to just take today off. I'll let you know about tomorrow. Because this was Thursday at this point. So, pretty much miserable. He was taking care of us the whole day. Joe was pretty much back to normal. He wanted to play. I was just, like, I was literally falling asleep on the couch all day because I was just so tired from being up all night. By the end of Thursday, I felt fine. You know, I went to sleep, no problems. Wake up, and my husband is like, and I was like, are you going to get sick? Please just go to the bathroom. Like, don't, like, try to choke it down. Gross. So I told him, I was like, just go. Just go. Please go. And apparently, he makes it to the bathroom and just everywhere. And I'm like, what? Jeez. Just open the door. Go. It's everywhere. So I had to clean up that too. I'm a little bit traumatized It was very, very gross. And now I'm sharing it with you all, so I'm terribly sorry for that. I don't know why. Anyways. That was it for him. Just one and done, which was very lucky, I guess. But it was everywhere, so it was like not lucky for me because I had to clean it all up. Oh, poor dude. He was like, I can't get the bathroom door open. My hands are slipping. He had thrown up on his hands trying to catch it, and then he was trying to open the like, so we have the bathroom, and then we have like a separate like water closet for the toilet. And he was like, I can't open it. Meanwhile, it's like everywhere. So anyways, the next day, he slept. He was fine. The next day, we were all kind of just like dead. But Joe was fine. He was ready to play. I'm going to put a warning on this, like, I don't know, a trigger warning. Like, if you can't handle throw up, like, don't listen to the next however long of the story, because that was, I'm sorry, that was graphic. We're all fine. Literally, like, 24 hours for me. I mean, a little over 24 hours for Joa, and then Greg was, like, less than 24 hours. So, that was our week last week. It was very gross. But we're all better. We did take a test to make sure it wasn't, you know, like the dreaded C word. And that was negative. So, it was just a 24-hour stomach bug, and it was not something that I would wish on my worst enemy. I ended up, because Leah was supposed to come down that weekend, and I was like, I don't want you anywhere near this house. Like, we are not going to go down to the needlework store. I don't want you coming over, just in case. It had been 24 hours for everyone, like, getting sick, so it wasn't, like, by Saturday, it would have been fine, as far as, like, us feeling well enough to, like, go do something, but I did not want her to come down and end up getting sick, and I would just, like, no. And I didn't want to risk exposing anyone, like, at a store, so we just stayed home, and I was sad that I didn't get to see my friend, but she's going to come down in a few weeks, so, or in a week. It's a week now. Anyway, she's going to come down again, so we rescheduled, but that was that. Other than that, it's been kind of low-key. I've done some sewing, I've done stitching, and that's about it. There was something else that I wanted to mention, but I don't remember now. I think that's it. So I'm going to sign off and say, sew in love. Have a great day. If you liked my video, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. I hate saying it. I don't know why I do. Anyways, leave a comment so we can chat and hang out. Follow me on Instagram at SewGloverCreations. I would love to talk to you. Have a great day.